Okay, good morning, participants. Are you back? Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Can we start the last session of this AICT Atal Academy sponsored FDP for finance for non-finance persons? Now, so I'm going to introduce our guest for the day. So as soon as actually he finishes his address, we are going to have one test for you. So be here and just some concluding remarks once you finish the test. So to say goodbye to you, but not in the true sense. You can always come back to us for any of the queries. So we'll share the mail IDs of all the resource persons with you. So we have today with us Dr. Naveen Srivastava, who is area head of OBHR area here in BIMTech. Now he's having around 2 decades of experience in the management teaching and training. So he was associated early with Devi Ahilya University Indore and MIT University. He holds MBA and LLM from Devi Ahilya University and PhD from University of Udaipur. His doctoral work is in area of employer branding. So his main area of interest actually are employer branding, organization effectiveness, spirituality at workplace and building values driven organizations. So published various papers in ABDC and Scopus categories and conducted a series of management development programs for government, non-government organizations, including PSUs, armed forces. Now, as a behavioral trainer, he has facilitated professionals to acquire right behavior as well as a technical competency to evolve as responsible manager. So he's going to talk about uh, happiness and spirituality at the work life for better living. So I hope you are going to enjoy his session, sir. All yours. So if you can finish the thing by means at the agreed time, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Girish. I think I have been overwhelmed by your introduction. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to address such an august gathering. And I'll get back to you in, let's say, another 1.5 hours time, right? Okay. So welcome all of you. Namaskar and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, fantastic, right? And I'm here with a very different mindset and a different style of delivery. And I'll request there are certain do's and don'ts for my session. Kindly ensure that your videos are on and mics are off, if you can do that, right? So please ensure that your mics are off.
అప్రోచ్ కూడా అవ్వట్లేదు ఫోన్ ఎవరైనా అప్రోచ్ అయ్యి కొంచెం తగ్గిస్తారా అదే అని అంటే సరే అనుకోవచ్చు ఎవరు అసలు
May I request participants to mute themselves, please?
కేస్ టు కేస్ కదా సార్ కేస్ టు కేస్ కదా అదే మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ
Participant, if you can mute yourself, please.
మాకైతే
Okay, right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Right. So good to see you all. And having been a part of finance for non-finance session, I am a person of OB, HR, and law. Right. So here, the kind of interaction that we are going to have will be more on a topic which is very much aligned and very much keen on the developmental aspect of your personality, which is where I'm talking about the positive thinking, and I'm also going to talk about happiness at workplace. So I'm going to take you through how we talk about positive thinking and what really changes in the form of the perceptual understanding of the environment, right? And this is going to be a more of an interactive session. So I would like participants to please participate as and when I ask certain questions, because it's about yourself. It's about you and yourself taking care in the organization as well as in your workplace, right? Or to your personal life, right? So here I'm sharing my slide, and we'll have a very interactive session. And I assure you that after the session, you will surely believe that there is a lot of things to be taken up, and there's a lot of mutual sharing which is going to be there, right? So please confirm whether you have been able to see my slide. Is my slides visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Right. So here is the topic of today, and that's primarily going to deal with happiness and success in workplace, right? And this is where we take into account the positive thinking of which is really going to help us to drive our own self to a positive environment. The session will primarily cover and will help you to understand the significance of a healthy mindset for a successful work life. And secondly, it will also facilitate the practitioners with essential features of positive mindset for success in work and life with ethics. Having said that, my first question is, what do you understand from the word mindset? Anyone? What do you understand from this word mindset? Would anybody like to participate?
The way we think.
The way we think, right? The way our thoughts flow in our mind and which ultimately manifests in the form of an action, right? So mindset is something which can really change the environment and the situation and the whole set of things which are going to unfold in future. Right, and that's where this particular session is going to help you, how this mindset really helps you to change your thinking process. Right. So what is a mindset? Mindset is a state of mind that interprets environment and reflects through behavior. So it's a state of mind. Now, how do we interpret a state of mind? If I quote a statement by Swami Vivekananda where he says, arise, awake, and stop not till you achieve your goals. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Anyone? I repeat the statement of Swami Vivekananda, arise, awake, and stop not till you achieve your goals. What do you draw from this particular statement?
So we should not get upset when we get the failures, and we have to try and achieve until we succeed.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Right. Try and try, you will get success. Always keep yourself active till the time your goals are being achieved. Right. That's interesting. And what is it? Where does it start from? That's one fundamental question. And I would like to deliberate in detail about the first and the fundamental seeding that takes place is in your mind. Right. And that we are going to discuss in detail. The second is the important enablers of mindsets are thoughts and the thinking styles, right? So thoughts and the thinking styles, how are we actually allowing our mind to think in a direction which will give us much more catalytic effect rather than a retarding effect? I repeat, what is a mindset? A mindset is a state of mind which allows you to think and allows you to have a thoughtful state which is going to give you a much more positive outcome in the unfolding of the future concern. Third, it leads to an action based on perception, and this manifestation is known as a behavior, right? So from where we started with mind, we talked about thought and thinking styles, and we will also see that the mindset is actually going to manifest in the form of a behavior, right? So behavior is absolutely a manifestation of your understanding of environment and the conditions and the situations you're surrounded with. And how is your mind tuned to take up those situations, right? Having said that, then it becomes very important to understand what are thoughts. Any idea what are thoughts? What are thoughts? Anyone would like to add? Okay. Thoughts refer to ideas or arrangement of ideas that result from thinking, right? So thought is a manifestation of your thinking process, right? For example, weather is not much cold today. What do we think here? We are actually talking about the weather, the season, the climatic conditions. Second, my English speaking is excellent. Again, I'm talking about something about my knowledge of a particular language. Third, I can never finish my work in time. That's another understanding about my abilities, right? So these are thoughts. Fourth, I'm good for nothing. Again, I'm thinking on an aspect where I'm talking about my capability. And lastly, life becomes meaningful through works of life. That means the more you work, the more you exert effort, the more you give a qualitative part and opportunity to your mind, the better is going to be your life. What are these? These are thoughts. These are states of mind which are actually allowing you to think on weather, on the speaking skills like English. This is also helping you to finish your work on time, so your ability to do things on time. The fourth is it's also talking about whether you are, how are you as far as doing things. And lastly, it also talks about how to take life in a meaningful manner. According to Hara Estroff Marano, editor-in-chief of Psychology Today, the average person generates 25,000 to 50,000 thoughts per day. Do you think? Just give me an answer. Do you think? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. You are right now thinking, judging what is happening to you. What is this 4 or 5 days that you have spent? There's a last session. You have started contemplating and what direction it is going to help me to steer my life, my professional life, my workplace dexterity, etc., etc., etc. So we think the thoughts are more than 25,000 to 50,000 thoughts every day we have. And so it becomes very important to really channelize our thoughts, right? And thoughts initiate and start from another word called thinking. Another element of our psychological process is thinking. The act or process of producing thoughts is called thinking. What is thinking? Thinking is a process where the thoughts are coming in an action, right? So thinking is a process which helps you to bring out thoughts, which is really going to help you to steer your life in a much more smooth fashion. Thinking is the processing of data either received by sensory organs. What are those sensory organs that we have? Eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, or the data stored in our brain as such. So thinking is a process which starts from the data which is seeded to your mind. And where from do we get in these data? We get these data from eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, the 5 important senses that we have. Eye, we can see; ear, we can hear; nose, we can smell; tongue, we can taste; skin, we can feel, right? So thinking is a manifestation of all these 5 senses in the form of creation of thoughts, which is further going to be manifested in the form of a behavioral pattern. So thinking process develops from childhood. As a child gets stimulation and support from adults, thinking allows humans to make sense of and interpret the world they experience. Do you agree, disagree with this point? Do you agree, disagree with this point?
Agree, sir.
Absolutely. It starts from childhood. It helps us to stimulate. Professor Akriti, can you please unmute? Okay, done. Thank you. So we have started this mind churning process where the thinking and the thoughtfulness gets its own origination since our childhood. But what do? We allow certain minds, certain ideas, certain understandings, which sometimes allows us to retard as far as our action plans are concerned. So let's see this particular aspect in a form of a diagram, right? So types of thinking and thoughts. Thinking is further classified into 2 aspects: positive thinking and negative thinking, right? Now, what's a positive thinking? A positive thinking further leads to positive thoughts. What is positivity? If I ask you this question, what do you draw from the word positivity? What is positivity? Anyone?
So thinking positive, sir. You
What
think
is
positive.
How do we classify positive and negative? Again, I'll give you a hint. Go back to those 5 senses. Those senses, if they are going in a much more affirmative manner, in the sense that it gives you a feeling of elation, happiness, enlightenment, then those aspects and those actions are actually an outcome of a positive nature, which is basically an outcome of a positive thinking and is going to lead to a positive thought. Then comes the negative thought. Again, the same thing. If your senses are not in line with the outcomes and you are absolutely feeling little disheartened, again, it is an outcome of a negative thinking process. So the negative thoughts will flow out, right? So let me just ask you a fundamental question. What then steers your negative and positive thinking? What is it that steers that? It's a
So no confidence, like
no confidence. Again, where from it gets originated? From your
from the mind, sir.
absolutely fantastic, great insight, right? So ultimately, what steers us, what directs us to go into a positive direction or a negative direction is our mind. And who channelizes the mind? Ourself. And that's a very important part, which is what we are going to take into account here. So let's talk about what and how do we get automatic thoughts, right? When we talk about automatic thoughts are basically manifestation of various aspects, right? There is a situation. What is a situation? There is a conditionality of an event, right? And that event will allow us to have certain thoughts in our mind. And these automatic thoughts are manifestation of 6 important elements. What are these? Our experience. Have I been here? Did I had a very good chance of facing this particular kind of situation? Again, it will channelize and give you your automatic thought process another insight about it. What's my subconscious mind? Has my subconscious mind been seeded with all forms of goodies? And if not, then my subconscious mind is always going to give me an automatic thought, which is not going to be an affirmative manner, right? The third is going to be beliefs. Are my beliefs fine? Are my beliefs in right track? Am I going for a right mindset? If not, then my automatic thoughts are always going to take me to a negative direction. Then comes thoughts, sensation, and perception. Thoughts are manifestation of, rightly said by one of my friends, it's a manifestation of our mind, right? And mind allows us to direct ourselves. That means that moving part of our cerebral engineering that we have to a direction which is going to help us to steer our life and our future happenings in a positive manner. So thoughts are very important, right? Sensations again are derived from those 5 senses, and feeling is a very important sensation. My voice modulations are also allowing you to sense something that the teacher and the preacher is trying to further pass it on to all of you or preach here as far as this particular section is concerned, right? So automatic thoughts are manifestation of experience, subconscious minds, beliefs, thoughts, sensations, and perceptions. This perception is not a small thing, dear. Perception is something just like that very old example of glass half filled and glass half empty, right? This is all about how do we channelize our mind to create a form of an understanding, right? And that's where every time we have to work on this particular exercise of channelizing our mind to steer to a positive direction. Can you see my face, everybody? Can you
Yes,
see
sir.
my face?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
And
sir.
can you see my thumb here?
Yes, sir.
Just raise your thumb. Right. I may not be able to see because my slides are there, but I am assuming that you're. The moment whenever you are going on a wrong direction, just take your right hand and your left palm's thumb and hold it strongly and say, I will channelize my mind. Just say, everybody, hold your thumb and say, I will channelize my mind to a positive direction. Just say that. And please unmute and do that. Please unmute and do that.
I will
channelize my mind.
Absolutely fantastic. And the moment when you do that, you are now giving a behavioral pattern to your body. Have you got that or not? Have you got those tinkering in your bodies or not? Right? Definitely you are going to get that, right? And that's where the behavioral pattern gives you a positivity to yourself, right? Now, there's a very interesting thing. Situation leads to automatic thought. Automatic thought is a manifestation of 6 important elements, which will further lead to behavior, and this behavior will further lead to a different kind of emotion. So there are 2 types of personality. Some personalities will contemplate and then behave. Some personalities will be very emotive and then behave. Right? How do you interpret these 2 types of personalities? Personalities who will contemplate and behave, and personalities who will react, be a little emotive and then behave. What's the difference between these 2 types of personalities? Anyone?
Sir, heart and brain thinking.
Heart and brain thinking. Okay, so what about a person who contemplates first and behave first? What is the possibility of getting his mind towards a positive mindset? And what is his chances of getting, whose chances are much more to get his behavior pattern in a positive direction? The one who contemplates?
Brain person.
No, the one who contemplates first, or
Yes.
the one who emotes first?
Contemplates
Absolutely.
first.
Fantastic. So that's where we have a one very important understanding drawn from this particular slide, is the contemplative mind is always channelized towards the positive thought process. I repeat, a contemplative mind is always channelized towards a positive mindset, right? And that's very interesting. Are we supposed to be reactive or responsive? Give me an answer. Are we supposed to be reactive or responsive?
Responsive.
Absolutely. And response is actually an outcome of a thoughtful mind, a thoughtful mindset as such. Let's talk about another theory, which is really going to give you another insight about how do we think. Cognitive behavioral theory, or the CBT therapy that we talk about. Cognitive behavioral theory is based on the idea that our thoughts cause our feelings and behaviors, not external things like people, situations, and events. We can change the way we think to feel and act better even if the situation does not change. A greatest example that I can quote for all of you is Mahatma Gandhi. Having seen such an extraordinary and unwanted situations that he has been able to face, he has always been able to channelize his mind and thoughts in such a manner that his feelings and behavior are in line with the humanity and the calls of humanity as such, right? So CBT is a very interesting theory which says that your thoughts will channelize your feelings, and feelings will further lead to a very good quality of behavioral patterns, right? So let's see with this particular CBT diagram, right? The first is thinking, the second is feeling, and the third is the behavior. Thinking, that is the first aspect, will lead to thoughts, and thoughts of positivity. So let's take an example here. My classmates do not like me. If that's the thought, how and what is going to be the feelings? It is going to be very emotive, and that's where you will see the second specific quadrant, which actually talks about that we are going to get into an emotive cell, and that emotive cell is actually going to allow you to think in what direction. I will feel sad. So again, a thinking where you have a thought which is negativized, where my classmates do not like me, right? Or my colleagues do not like me. The emotive self, your feeling self, will give you another, channelize you for a thought that it is going to tell you that, oh, you are feeling a little sad. And finally, what is going to happen is in the form of your behavioral pattern, what is going to come out is an action, and it will say, I will avoid my classmates, right? So I'll tell you, you all are faculties, and you will be able to understand when you will take up your, when you talk about your class, and when you are heading a department, you'll be able to see the moment a person feels little disaligned towards his environment, the obvious outcome is his feelings are going to be little saddish, right? He's going to feel little pensive, and then the outcome is going to be he is going to avoid coming to the office, organization, classrooms, etc. And that's what CBT theory talks about, that your mind is the first and foremost engineering unit which actually allows you to give your thinking process a right direction. Let's go much deeper into the concept of positive thinking, which is going to help you to practice under the stress management, which is what we have been facing in our day-to-day life. So positive thinking helps with stress management and can even improve your health, overcome negative self-talk by recognizing it and practicing with some examples, right? So what has happened by now, we have understood about what is the thinking process, what are thoughts, how does it get channelized into feelings and then in the form of a behavioral pattern. Now the question arises, how am I going to get into that particular mindset of being positive, right? So the first thing is that exercise. What is that exercise that I told you a couple of minutes back? What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to take our which hand? Anyone?
Thumb.
The thumb, the left hand thumb, take the right hand palm, hold it strongly and give yourself a direction. I will channelize my mind to a positive direction. That's what is really going to help you to take you to a right direction. This is what you have to do. You need not require to wait for another person to come, preacher to come, master to decide whether you are going to go into a right direction or a positive direction or where to go for. It's your own self is going to direct you to do that thing. And that's where you're going to get into the positive thinking mindset. Positive thinking enhances focus on your job and can help to reduce the chance of accidents. That's very important for especially people who are especially in the experimental teaching, right? Don't allow the negativity to perceive and creep in your mind, or else some of the experiments, some of your trials may go wrong and may lead to some hazardous incidences also. Positive thinking really helps you to strike that balance and give you a right direction. See, we are leading a life which is made up of sinusoidal curve. You know what's a sinusoidal curve? Sinusoidal curve, anybody? There will be ups and downs, right? That's very normal in life. That's very normal in life. What is very interesting part of our life is how do we take charge of those crests, that is those downs, and give it a new resilience and revive from that particular situation. That is what is going to help you to revive yourself and with a positivity and a much channelized mindset. So understanding positive thinking and self-talk also will give you another insight for understanding much better about how to lead life in a very well-directed manner. Self-talk is the endless stream of thoughts that run through your head every day. Self-talk is you talk to yourself, right? I'm doing right, I'm doing wrong. He is not listening to me, or he is never caring for my words, or he cares for me. All these things are self-talks. These automatic thoughts can be positive or negative. I have shared both the forms of statements with you. Which one to choose is the call is or the take is yours. Some of your self-talk comes from logic and reason. Other self-talk may arise from misconceptions that you create because of lack of information, right? This is very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes the negative self-talks is because of lack of understanding of your environment. You don't get into the deep context of the contextual situational scenarios that we are facing. And you jump on into conclusions that obviously allows you to get into a lot of negativity. Do you agree, disagree with this point? Do you agree, disagree?
Agree, sir. Agree.
Absolutely, right. The moment your self-talk is towards negativity, you are definitely going to get into that mindset, which is not going to allow you to take an affirmative actions, right? Next is, if the thoughts that run through your head are mostly negative, your outlook on life is likely to be pessimistic. So there are people in my training sessions, people do ask me, sir, I'm becoming too pessimistic. Why do I become too pessimistic? Because your self-talk is negativized. Agreed? Everyone? Do you agree? because your self-talk, you seed in that thought continuously, that makes you and that directs you to a pessimistic mindset. If your thoughts are mostly positive, you are likely to be an optimist, someone who practices positive thinking. So let me just have at least two participants to say me something about how do you direct your mind to be in a positive direction. Any two participants? Over to you all. Over to you all. How do you direct your mind to positivity? Just give me the 2-3 calls that you give to your mind. Anyone?
Hello, Naveen sir, am I audible?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, sir, as you may ask a question related to how you can stay positive.
Yes,
So I can elaborate like this. So the first thing, whatever situations or event that happens in front of you, you have to accept it. Okay.
Absolutely.
The first important thing is that you should accept the things, because if you don't accept the things, automatically the negative feeling starts coming in your mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, because
Fantastic. Fantastic. Great idea.
If something is not happening as per your expectations, naturally your reactions will be negative. That is the one part. And second part, which rightly you have mentioned here in a slide, that is self-talk. Okay, so you should always your self-talks should be positive. Okay, so if your self-talks are positive, then automatically these self-talks will enter into your subconscious mind, and when it enter into your subconscious mind, it will become a part of your habit. Okay, so habit of seeing always a positive ray in any gray situations or any worse situations. So the self-talks is another thing. And third thing is that, sir, so it's actually a mind, no? So the positive or negative things will happen, but how we are going to look at the things, okay? It depends upon your mindset. Okay, so if you are very clear about your goal and your expectations, okay, and if your value system is strong, okay, so then automatically you can think positive. Because if we love others, if we take care of others, if we hope goods in each and everything, then automatically it will generate a positive thing. And fourth thing that I would like to highlight is on nature. Okay, so nature is the best teacher. So as we see nature, nature always gives something. So happiness lies in giving something. So if we adopt these practices in each and every of your see in family or in your job or in your career, then automatically when something you are giving to others, it enhances your self-esteem and it makes you to think positive. Okay,
Fantastic.
so these are the 4 points which I lecture.
What's your good name?
Sir, my name is Dr. Ravindra Gowli. Yeah.
Dr. Gowli, you have said it so nicely. I would request you to please key in the chat box all the 4 points that you have read. But I would like to ask all the participants about how do we actually judge whether we are getting into a negative mindset or a positive mindset. Anybody can help me? I have a solution there. Anyone?
So when I get into kind of that negative mindset, I think of the situations that I faced before and how did I solve it. So I think there's a solution for every problem.
Absolutely.
So, okay, the problem has arisen now. So obviously there's a solution for this particular problem. And I think about the earlier situations that I faced and how did I solve it? What were the experiences? So I think, okay, this too will pass by. So that phase kinds of consoles my mind so that we get into at least
Fantastic. What's your good name?
Sir, Vinodini, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Good, Dr. Vinodini. Very nicely said and very nicely summed up. It's a self-talk. You are talking about the same thing. Talking to yourself about how you have been able to be more resilient. Power to come back, right? The power of comeback. And that will give you and that will channelize your mind. I'll tell you one more thing, right? The moment you start getting dreams which are not soothing to you, you understand, you take an account of it that your mind is going towards negativity. Immediately channelize it. Do you agree, disagree? Do you agree, disagree?
Yes.
Absolutely. So those are indicators. Sometimes people, and then people ignore so much that they get into depression also. So the moment you get slightest of these kind of situations, that means you are thinking a lot towards negativity, because the happenings and not happenings is not in our control. It will happen, the situations will come in. How is going to be my take? It's going to be under my control. That's where self-talk really helps. Very nicely said by Dr. Gavli and Dr. Vinodni. Thank you so much. And I would really like all of you to please key in your chat box also, so that others may also get it, all these things which are there in your mind as well. So let's take another important perspective here. How positive thinking gives way to negative thinking, right? But what if your self-talk is mainly negative? That does not mean you are doomed to an unhappy life. Negative self-talk just means that your own misperceptions, lack of information, and distorted ideas have overpowered your capacity for logic and reason. Right? That's very interesting line. Sometimes you feel that you are very positive, but your internal self is channelizing your mind towards negativity. So always you see, oh, he is doing wrong for me. The situation is not conducive of me. But the moment these type of thoughts are coming to yourself, you can understand that you are actually channelizing in a wrong direction. And that's where positive thinking will really help you to overcome and give away the aspects of negative mindsets which are crept in. Some common forms of negative and irrational self-talk include filtering, which means you magnify the negative aspects of a situation and filter out all of the positive ones. What do? You filter out. How do we filter out? The situation is not good for me. So you filter out when people come and say, oh, good morning, Mr. So-and-so. You'll say that, oh, he has something negative in his mind. He wants to get something done from me. What is it? You're filtering a good wish into a negative mind. Does this happen or not? Tell me. Does this happen or not? We create our own filters while we are interpreting others' wishes. Anyone? Do we do this or not?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely fine. We definite, and that's our mind. Yeah, that's our mind. The others they do work on their own mind, their own style of action, right? But it's our filtering which actually spoils our positivity. Second is personalizing. When something bad occurs, you automatically blame yourself. I repeat, when something bad occurs, you automatically blame yourself. This is normally very relevant for people who are actually saying and who are very much in a pessimistic mindset. They always say, oh, mere saath to aisa hi hota hai. It happens only to me. I am the only person. I am the only sufferer. So don't personalize things. It is happening to everybody. Everybody is facing that. Everybody is a part and a subject to a conditionality of the situations concerned. Don't personalize it. The third is catastrophizing. That means you automatically anticipate the worst, right? You always start thinking, negative hi ho raha hai. It's always happening to me. It's always, things are not going to turn out right as such. Once it happened, there was a person who has been a very good motor car racer, and this particular mindset crept in his mind. The moment he starts his Formula One driving, he used to win a lot of awards earlier, right? But later on, the moment this particular mindset came into his and crept into his mind, he started meeting accidents during his Formula One track racing as right? Why did it happen? Because your mind has started anticipating worst things happening to you, and that has become and that has manifested in the form of an outcome as an unfolding of the future concern. And the last is polarizing. You see things only as either good or bad, black or white. You have only those binomial things, right? Either good or bad, two numbers, right? Binary numbers kind, right? Either good or bad. That's all, right? You don't think that there are other aspects also. Are going to be mixed reactions also. This is normally happens to those people who are very, very objective oriented, but they don't give scopes to the behavioral importance or the subjectivity of life, which plays a very important role in the life of a human being. I'll quote one line from Ramayana, and that's in Sanskrit, and you will be able to understand that, and you will be able to understand how are we going to face good things in our life and what happens to us, why does it happens to us, right? It goes like this. जिहि के जिहि पर सत्य सनेहु सो तहि मिलहि न कछु संदेह. I repeat, जिहि के जिहि पर Tarunji, please unmute. I repeat, जिहि के जिहि पर सत्य सनेहु सो तहि मिलहि न कछु संदेहु. That means a person whosoever has a good conscience towards any action of his will internalize to get the best thing coming out to his life. जिहि के जिहि पर सत्य सनेहु सो तहि मिलहि न कछु संदेह. There is no doubt that the positivity will come to his life. Right. This is what Ramji said to Lakshman when he was forging ahead for a war against Ravan. That think for a positive mind, you will always win the toughest of the battle which is going to come to your life. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, agree.
And our scriptures are talking about that, right? That think jihi ke jihi par satya sanehu so tahi milahi na kachu sandehu. There is no doubt. It is obviously going to come to you. Don't allow filtering to take place. Don't allow personalized negativization. Don't allow catastrophizing. Don't allow polarizing in yourself. You can learn positive thinking instead of giving in to these kind of negative self-talks. Weed out misconceptions and irrational thinking and then challenge them with rational thinking, right? So avoid or ignore or negativize the irrational thinking which is coming up to your mind and channelize it to the rational and the positive thoughts which you are carrying. Things are going to be always fine. I've given you one exercise. What is that exercise? Take your left thumb, take your right palm, hold your left thumb strongly and say, I will channelize my life to a positive direction. And you will be able to overcome that particular situation, remembering the class that you are attending right now. When you do this, your self-talk will gradually become realistic and self-affirming, right? When you do this, your self-talk will gradually become realistic and self-affirming. You engage in positive thinking. How many of you agree on this point? Does this will happen or not?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
This is going to happen. Scriptures have talked about, practitioners have talked about, and good yogis have talked about all these things. Good meditative personalities, individual saints have talked about this particular aspect, right? Periodically during the day, stop and evaluate what you are thinking. Periodically during the day, stop and evaluate what you are thinking. This is very important, right? What happens is automatically auto suggestions. Your mind starts getting channelized towards negativity. So stop, evaluate yourself. Am I in the right path or not? Do this exercise or thumb exercise and then channelize yourself. If you find that your thoughts are mainly negative, try to find a way to put a positive spin on them. Interesting, right? You have to do it. No additional, no external factor is going to help you, force you to channelize yourself. It's you who has to or who have to really channelize your own mindsets, right? Don't say anything to yourself that you would not say to anyone else. You know, let me just ask you one question. If I say anything wrong to anyone, what happens to that wrong word of mine? Anyone?
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir, Naveen, sir, whenever I am thinking something wrong about another person, okay. So that wrong thought will go in my mind and it will get registered in my mind. Okay. And through that registration, it will create an impression. And if this impression prolonged for a long period of time, it will become my belief. And I continue to behave in the same way. And it will automatically torture me inside. Because if I'm doing something wrong to others, automatically my mind will get into internal conflict, and that internal conflict will bring me in trouble. Okay, it will make me uneasy, and that uneasiness situations. will be-
Absolutely fantastic. Professor Gowli, you have said it so nicely. Let me just add to it, right? You know what happens is, if somebody says wrong words to you, do you accept that? Do you accept those sound waves? Tell me yes or no.
No.
No, nobody accepts it. Nobody accepts it. Now, where does that sound waves will come back to? It will come back to its origin.
Origin.
Agreed?
Yes.
Right? So the moment when you spurt out anything negative, it will automatically come back to you, and that will actually go into your subconscious self, and the negativity will further grow inside your mind. Right? So the first thing is that thing that should come out of your mouth should not be a kind of a wave which is going to negativize the environment. Nobody else is going to take that. It will automatically come back to you in the form of a behavioral pattern. Rightly said by a good friend of yours, Professor Gowli. Right, very nice. Then let's see what are the indicators of negative self-talk and positive spins. How do we go for a positive spin when a negative self-talk takes place? I will never done it before. I have never done it before. This is what it is, a negative thought. Right. Positive spin, it's an opportunity to learn something new. Right. This is what we do. What do we do? Whenever a new assignment is given to us, what do we say? I have never done it before. What, by saying so, what are you saying? What are you giving or to command to your subconscious mind that probably I may not be able to do it? Do you agree? Do you agree? If I say at first go, I have never done it before, you are actually saying a negative statement about your own abilities. But other way around, if you say it's an opportunity to learn something new, you're giving a direction to yourself that please learn, please go ahead, please take the challenge. The second, it's too complicated. You feel the complications, difficulties, and that is actually overriding your mind. How can you do and give a positive spin? I will tackle it from a different angle. So you're giving a direction. There is a thought which is going to give me a solution for this particular complicated situation. The third point, I don't have the resources, inability of being a lack of resources, right? What is a positive spin? Necessity is the mother of invention. I will create some opportunity. I will create the resources in such a manner that I'll be able to do the things in a right manner. Again, positive spin will change your mind. The fourth is there's not enough time. Always you're running short of time. What's a positive spin? Let's reevaluate some priorities. How to do the things much better. How to do those things which will be requiring lesser time and which requires more time, and manage our time in a right manner. So when you give yourself a conditional direction, you are actually giving your mind a chance to further engineer a modus operandi which is going to help it to steer the action in a much positive manner, or exert the work in a much positive, execute the work in a much positive manner. The fifth point is that's a negative thought, self-talk. There's no way it will work, right? We have all these statements are very relevant statements. We always make it. And the positive spin that we can give it to is, I can try to make it work. How we can say? I can try to make it work. Try and try, you will get success, right? There's a Hindi couplet which says, Karat karat abhyas se jadmati hot sujan, rasri awat jate sil par parat nishan. Even the wells, embankments, the four walls, you can put a mark through the rope of that bucket which is attached to it by regularly and continuously practicing for that particular action concern. That's an interesting part of practice makes a man perfect. Again, a positive spin to your mind. Lastly, no one bothers to communicate with me. You feel aloof, you feel secluded. that's a direction that you're giving in a negative sense. How can you give a positive spin to it? I will see if I can open the channels of communication. This is what is always followed in international diplomacy also. You know, to whatever extent, even Taliban has taken over Afghanistan, but India has never closed the doors of embassy relationship, never closed the doors of diplomatic relationship, even with Pakistan also. You will see that channels of communication should always be open, or else it is going to reach up to a catastrophic situation. So interesting slide here, negative self-talk versus positive spin. Remember, you owe it to yourself to react positively. आपका उधार है आपके अंदर में कि आप positively act करें. That you have to repay to yourself. Do you agree this thing? Do you agree on
Yeah.
this point?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, absolutely. This is going to work, right? The second is you owe it to yourself to work safely. ये आपका उधार है आपके लिए कि आप safely काम करें. You will work safely. You will maintain safety in the environment because ultimately it's your life that is in stake, and your other people who are surrounding you and your subordinates, your colleagues, your seniors are banking upon your support there. Third, you owe it to yourself and your loved ones to avoid injuries. Why? Because there are people waiting at the home who are caring for you, and they are always waiting for your coming back to home. So you have to be very careful that you should avoid injuries. That means you should drive safely. You should go to your office in a much safer environment because your kids are waiting, your spouse is waiting, your mother is waiting, your parents are waiting, your well-wishers are there. Right. The moment you have this thing, your actions are going to be obviously going to be controlled. Your negativity will be controlled because you know there are people who are caring for you. You cannot allow the negativity to creep in because the life of many are in support of your life as such. Right? Do you agree on all these 3 points, everyone?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Remember these 3
Yes, sir.
points because positivity is not only a word, it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind with various exercises we have to really bring in practice as such, right?
Michael, the test is,
Yes, Mr. Gowli.
yeah, no, sir.
Okay. Then comes the next aspect on what is this negative thinking mechanism? Why is it life-threatening? Negative thinking mechanism is truly life-threatening. Negative thinking is responsible for most of our psychological problems. So if somebody says, I have anxiety disorder, I am a very panicky person, I have a panic disorder, I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSDs, generalized anxiety disorder, social phobia, etc. All are because of your negative thinking. You know, people have a indigestion problem, and the source of indigestion is because you have allowed a lot of negativity to creep in. You try it, you give a channel to your mind, you will see that your day-to-day life and biological processes get smoothened the moment you allow positivity to stand still in your and stand active in your mind. You are actually giving a right direction to yourself. Study shows that about 1 million, 10 lakh people approximately commit suicide each year in the world, and 90% of those who commit suicide were dealing with a mental disorder and depression. And what's the source of mental disorder and depression? Anyone? What would have been the source of mental disorder and depression? Anyone?
So negative thoughts.
Absolutely. Negative, not channelizing the negativity in your mind towards positivity. I put it like this. It's not only negative thoughts. It's not channelizing your mind to positivity. It's our duty, dear. It's our moral responsibility because we owe it to ourselves. Do you agree with this point? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely fine. Right. So let's see a couple of examples how automatic thoughts leads to emotion and a form of a behavior. What is that behavior? We'll further contemplate in detail. Couple of examples. Let's talk about a situation. You had an argument with your boss. आपकी लड़ाई हुई आपके boss से. You had a fight or an argument with your boss. What are automatic thoughts? Right? The first is, I'm going to be fired. Does this happen or not? I'm going to be fired. Especially in a private job, it is absolutely very true. What is the form of emotions which is going to, what does your emotive self is going to respond to it? There's going to be anxiety. And anxiety is going to bring in lot of health disorder. That's the behavioral pattern. You will be short-tempered. You will start rebuking others. That's the behavior. That's why the question mark is listed there. Next, how dare he speak to me like that? Agar ye aapke dimag mein aata hai, if this comes to your mind, what's the emotive self? How is it going to respond? It is going to have anger or frustration. And what's the behavior that is going to come out? Anyone? If I think, how dare he speak to me like that? And there is, in my emotions, it is anger and frustration. What is going to be the behavior? Anyone? What's going to be the behavior? Fast. Should I wait or should I answer? How is going to be our behavior if it is going to be anger and frustration? Okay, again, it is going to lead to a behavior which is going to be more of a violent self. You become more violent. You not only become violent in your workplace, but when you come back to home, you are going to show those kind of actions, right? Next is, he does not like me, right? What is going to come in? More of a depressing and a saddest feeling. You are going to become little secluded. Your behavior will be more channelizing towards seclusion. You will be putting yourself in an isolated lone room. You become a loner there, right? Then the last is, he wants my growth. You will be grateful. If the moment you think in a positive side, you will be grateful. It will be an happy outcome. That is what you are going to come out with. I have got a new idea. Again, it is going to make you more grateful and happier. The behavior pattern is going to be, you will be more energetic. Your life is going to be more movable. Movement is going to be there. You are going to channelize your actions in a much more positive direction, right? Let me just share a very interesting example from the athletics world. If you start to believe you can forever, right? 22-year-old American long jumper Bob Beamon made world's greatest and most impressive Olympic record at October 18, 1968 in Mexico City. He threw his body for a score of 8.90 meter, that is 29 feet 2.25 inch, and smashed previous world record by almost 2 feet. That was a feat which was termed as a superhuman's feat at that point of time. From 1968, it went on to take 23 years. His record stood for almost 23 years. People started to believe that the record is unbreakable, right? Now that's the state of mind. Somewhere, finally, Beamon's fellow citizen, Mike Powell, exceeded him by 5 centimeters at 1991 World Champion in Tokyo, 8.95 meters, which is again 29 feet, 4.25 inches there, right? Now, after that, this record was broken several times. Now, what happens is, the moment when you create a mental blockade that it cannot be done, it will not be possible for you, right? But the moment you say that, no, I'm going to throw myself and I'm going to challenge the thing, I'll be able to do that thing, right? Everybody, do you remember Neeraj Chopra's feat in the current Tokyo Olympic? Do you remember, all of you? Have you seen his feat in the television?
Yes, sir.
What was his immediate action when he threw the winning throw? What was his immediate action?
He was calm, and I guess he looked at his.
Yes, please.
He looked at his sir or whoever is there. He was sitting there,
Yes.
and then when he signaled him, then he.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Who is this? What's your good name?
I am Sneha Tomre.
Yeah, Madam Sneha, you have said it so nicely, right? What he did was he threw the javelin, and then he immediately turned and raised his hand as if he has won it. And that's the champion's spirit. He never thought of that he was competing with a German, and German has thrown 90 meters plus, right? Though he was throwing 87 and 88 meters. That's the power of positive thinking. He was so sure that he's going to win the medal this time, and he won the medal this time, and that too from India as such, where we have been struggling for a medal in the Olympics as such, right? See what's the power of positive thinking. Now there are some examples. Everybody, are you there? Just say yes. I'm going to give you 2 exercises. Are you there? Just say yes.
Yes.
Everybody, right. So here is the first picture for all of you to give your perceptual understanding of what this gigantic creature is looking like and how many legs it has. Let us see this particular picture. What is so unusual about this particular picture? What is so unusual about this picture? Anyone?
Sir, like I was saying like 8 and actually they are 4.
Actually, there are 4, but it sounds and seems to be a little illusionary, right? That there are multiple legs, which legs to count, what legs to count, which are those 4 legs. Sometimes it seems to be 5 legs and so on and so forth. So that's an artist's creation. This is a trick photography, right? And based on this, life situations are like that only. There is a trick photography which takes place. Sometimes what you are required to interpret, if you don't interpret and if you go beyond with little bit of negativity, sometimes it goes against your goodwill and the goodies which are going to come to your life, right? You are going to misconceive the fact which is not meant in the manner that you have actually interpreted it, right? So that is where the power of positive thinking is really going to matter. If you are seeing an animal, focus yourself, see it that it is meant for channelizing and making all the things that is for which the picture is being depicting here, right? Now the last picture is going to give you an insight, and this is an exercise which you have to interpret. I'm not going to speak anything, but I'm just going to show you that picture, right? Let me just hear from you. What do you see from it? What do you see from this picture, all of you? What do you see from this picture?
Faces of
So many faces.
faces.
There are so many faces. So some people are saying that there are faces. How about others? I see a tree, a barren tree, a leafless tree. How about others? How about others?
Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv
Oh my
Gandhi.
God, you are saying Jawaharlal Nehru. I'm saying there is only a tree.
Identifying the faces.
Oh my God, who's this? Who's this?
Dr. Ashwini Arte.
Dr. Ashwini, oh my God, I have just placed a tree in front of you. There are people who are saying faces, and now you are saying that there are names which are associated with it.
And I think Bhagat Singh also.
Sir, many faces are identifiable.
Oh my God, my audience has been a very intellectual and enlightened audience. Let me just see how many of you are able to trace out. I thought that I'm placing a barren tree. And people are saying that there are faces, and people have started taking names. Let me just see another iconoclast mind who can really decipher this particular puzzle. What is it? How many of you can see faces? Use the chat box. Use the chat box. Or even you can speak. Better to speak. Better to speak. How many faces are you able to see?
Six faces, sir.
6 faces. Okay.
7.
How many of you have been able to identify?
4, 5.
Can you name them?
Tilak,
Seven, sir.
Nehru, Gandhiji, Tagore.
7 faces. From 6,
7,
I have moved up to 7 faces.
Somebody, one more face is there downstairs. Indira Gandhi also is there. 1 or 2 faces I can't recognize, sir, but there are few more.
And that's
I cannot recognize some.
I'm overwhelmed and
Well,
surprised
but-
by the
But
participants.
tail should be there, I don't know.
2
Okay.
faces are besides the trunk of the tree.
Okay. Who are these guys? You know everyone. You know everyone. And life is like that. You get a barren environment and then you bring out lot of greenery out of it, right? Isn't it? So from a barren tree, leafless.
Sir, there are 10, 11 faces.
Oh,
There are many
fantastic.
faces.
I think Madam Atre. Who is this?
10 faces.
Oh, fantastic. Can you name them? If I would have been in a physical classroom, I would have given you a chocolate for that. Right. Just identify them. Quick. Identify them.
Indira Gandhi.
Fantastic.
I
One.
think, this
Adjacent to
Sardar
Indira Gandhi
Patel.
is Rajiv Gandhi.
Right in front is Rajiv Gandhi.
Absolutely 2. We have cracked 2. Next.
Nehru
next
ji, Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Tilak,
Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore.
Tilak,
Okay.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Lokmanya Tilak,
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Subhash Chandra
Subhash
Bose.
Chandra Bose,
Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan.
Khan Abdul Ghaffar
Ghaffar
Khan.
Khan,
Fantastic. Lal Bahadur Shastri, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Subhash Chandra Bose. Can you what an audition, what a great audience I have got this time. I think just give a round of applause for everybody. How from a barren tree you have been able to identify faces, and that too faces of popular and famous personalities of India. What is it? Can anybody help me? Is there any connection with the life that we are leading right now? Anyone? What is the connection? Yeah, Professor Gowli, are you there? Am I audible? Am I audible? I cannot hear you, dear. Is my voice reaching all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for your answers. What is the learning from this particular exercise that we did? What are we drawing from it, from the life experiences that we have? Anyone?
Sir, individual perceptions.
Individual perceptions. How does that matter, right? Your life is full of events. It may be good event, it may be a bad event, but it is an event. Don't take it as a good or bad, it is an event. Whether you want to bring goodies out of it, it is up to you. So from a barren tree, you have been able to build 10 personalities, famous personalities of India. That's the creativity, that's the positivity of mind that you are carrying right now. Where would you like to channelize yourself? It's up to you to decide yourself, right? How many of you know Hindi? Or you understand Hindi?
No, sir. Only.
yes, sir.
If few of you know, I will explain you, right? I'm just saying a couplet for you that is really going to help you to steer your life, and it goes like this. It says, Nazar badlegi to nazare badlenge. If you see your vision, you will transform your life, right? Nazar badlegi to nazare badlenge. If you see your life with a vision, you will transform your life, right? Disha badlegi to dasha badlegi. That means if you change your direction, you will change your condition also, right? दिशा बदलेगी तो दशा बदलेगी. Change your direction, you will change your condition, right? And the last is सोच बदलेगी तो सितारे बदलेंगे, right? सोच बदलेगी तो सितारे बदलेंगे. That means the moment you change your thinking process, you will change your stars. Do you agree, disagree, all of you? Do you agree,
Agree,
disagree?
sir. Agree, sir.
Right? I'll repeat it in Hindi. Those who understand English, I have already said, right? Nazar badlegi to nazare badlenge. If you change your direction, if you change your vision, you will change and transform your life. Disha badlegi to dasha badlegi. If you change your direction, you will change your life also. Disha badlegi to dasha badlegi. Your condition is going to improve. And the last is soch, which is your thinking. If you change your thinking, soch badlegi to sitare badlenge. Sitare is the stars. You can change your stars also. With this, I'll open up for your questions for the last 4-5 minutes. And that is going to really help you to drive your life in a much more positive manner. And wish you all the best and wish you good luck for your future. But before that, if you have any questions, you can ask any questions or doubts that you have on this particular subject. Over to you all.
I think we can unshare the slide and
we can have a discussion, right? I think fantastic, right? That's a great idea.
So here I have a question about how do we practice to be responsive rather than being reactive? Because it's very difficult as a human being. The first thing, whatever happens, you react to it. You do not, calm down and respond to it. So what would be a key factor to practice, have such kind of, practices in our behavior?
I think the first thing that we can do to calm down ourselves is, firstly, we have to follow the 3 R's of life. Right. What are these 3 R's of life? The 3 R's of life is, that's basically helping your mind to be more channelized. Read books, read environment, and read people. Right. So, and what is really going to help you to calm down yourself is to keep a direction of yourself that there are people who are here to facilitate you rather than acting as a negative element in your life. So it's you have to give an auto suggestion has to be there from yourself, right? There are going to be obviously situations, lives are made up of lot of provocative and lot of instigative moments. But how am I going to channelize myself is based on my own abilities, right? And that is what I have to think of it in a much positive manner, right? Just a minute, let me just close and then I'll come back to that slide. I'm just searching for that particular.
Just unshare this.
No, actually, somewhere something has gone wrong and I've lost.
Or you may simply close this.
Okay, now that's fine, right? So over to all of you. Can you please activate your videos also so that I can see and we can have this positive thinking connection here with your faces?
Participants, in any case, you have to open your videos for the final test.
Fantastic. I'm
now you have.
Thankful to all of you. Nazar badlegi to nazare badlenge, disha badlegi to dasha badlegi, और सोच बदलेगी तो सितारे बदलेंगे, right? So we have to change our mind so as to change our stars, right? That's the oath that we are going to take here. And I hope I have been able to answer that question on how to keep our minds calm. The 3 R's, yes, magic. And can you just show me that thumb exercise which I have told you what to do? Hold your thumb and say, I will change myself, right? I will not allow any negativity to come into my mind. So, a couple of couplets I have shared with you, right? Remember those couplets. that line of Ramayana, "Jihi ke jihi par satya sanehu, so tahi milai na kachu sandehu." If you think that you can do it, you will surely do it. It will happen to yourself, right? Don't give yourself a negative direction, right? And I think last 1 minute, any other question that we have?
No, so you may carry forward intake in case the participant wants that for another 5 minutes. That is not an issue. The only thing is the participants, you will have to open the video so that we should be able to start the test, because we will have to see you attempting this. So you will be getting a link. So the meanwhile, you may just any question and anything you want to ask to the speaker, you may ask.
So can we have a break before the test? Tiny one, just maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
How long the people will take to come back? Okay, we will start in 2-3 minutes. Don't worry. So you may have a break.
Thank you, sir.
But the only thing the people should come back, because we will simply send the link in your chat box for the test.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all the best from my side. Take care and do good in your life, right? God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening session. So I hope this session was fruitful for our participants. In any case, they chose finance for non-finance, so I think they are going to handle money in a rather right manner and a positive manner after this programming.